Hey everyone, what's it, Fox Gaming here. I've got a brand new PvE build video with the launch of TU10. As of the upload of this video, TU10's been out about 2 days and it is utilising the Eclipse Protocol status effect gear set. I've tried many different combinations of this gear set, and what I've ultimately settled on is a skill damage status effect hybrid that also gives me a lot of weapon damage as well. So this is a build that allows you to apply status effects, which is really useful, but it's a bit more exciting to play because you're getting an awful lot of damage as well. And honestly, I've had so much fun playing with this build. It really is enjoyable. So for those that aren't aware, Eclipse Protocol came out with the launch of TU10. It is a status effect build that is essentially creeping death on steroids. The 2-piece gives you status effects, which is nice. The 3-piece is skill haste and hazard protection, which is a little bit weird, but well, I mean it helps. But the 4-piece is what we're looking out for here. Your status effects now spread on kill to all enemies within 15 meters, so that's nearly double the radius of creeping death already, and refresh 50% of their duration. So 50% of, for example, my burn duration, which is 12.3. So I'm going to be getting just over 6 seconds on every new enemy, and that's going to keep topping off each time I kill the new enemy. It also gives you some really nice talents on the back and the chest. Originally when I ran this, I swapped out my traditional legendary build. I kept the EMP Jammer and the blind Firefly, and I left Creeping Death because Creeping Death does stack with this build, and it actually works quite well. But I really wanted this to be a when I got this backpack in particular, it highlighted to me that I could make this quite a high damage build while still successfully applying status effects to everyone. The reason for that is the backpack gives you Symptom Aggravator, which amplifies all damage you deal to status affected targets by 15%. Now that stacks really well with the Survivalist Specialization class, which gives you 10% extra damage to status affected targets, and that's for your whole team as well. The chest piece also works really well because it buffs the range and the duration to 20 meters, so you'll literally be filling an entire room with whatever status effect you so decide. I went for the Fire Chem and the Stinger Hive, just because they do a lot of damage over time. I'm running this with the brand new named rifle, the Harmony, which is the new Resolute that again launched with TU10. Perfectly in Sync is a skill that buffs both weapon damage and skill damage, and if you use them within 5 seconds of each other, it doubles the buff to 40%, which is insane. So that stacks really well with this build. And the Sweet Dreams, the Lullaby Shotgun is just to, a quick way to kill a red or purple bar with a status effect applied. So to go more into this talent, hitting an enemy with your rifle gives you 20% skill damage for 5 seconds. It doesn't buff your status effects, that's where Everlasting Gaze is better, but it does buff the initial explosion from Firechem. And every time the Stinger drones, I guess you could call them, hit an enemy, so that works really well. When you damage an enemy with a skill, or when you just fire the skill out, so the second part of this is using a skill or damaging an enemy with a skill, grants 20% weapon damage for 5 seconds. So that's where the weapon damage buff comes in. Damage increases are doubled while both buffs are active at the same time, which is pretty much all of the time, by the way, with a Stinger Hive out at least. So I'm getting 40% weapon damage and 40% skill damage just by using this rifle. The reason I like Survivalist, apart from the obvious 10% damage to all status affected enemies from any source, is the healing kit's really nice, the armor kit. You get 10% protection from elites, which is also really nice because this is quite an aggressive build. I know there's satin cover at the back of the map. You want to be right where the enemies spawn in. It also gives you the skill haste when you're in cover, which, it's not as useful, but it's still there. It's useful for a skill build. Of course, the signature weapon, the crossbow, does deal quite a lot of damage and it applies bleeds. That's another way to apply the status effect. I've put in 2 pieces of Wyvern here as well. Originally I ran this with the Imperial Dynasty Fire Holster and Creeping Death, and that works really well, by the way. I just wanted the extra damage from Wyvern. Eventually I'll swap out for the mask, the new exotic mask when that comes out, because that'll just buff it even further. But yeah, there's just so much sort of synergy with this build. The skills work really well, and just seeing a whole room fill up with loads of different status effects is, honestly, it's so much fun. So let me matchmake into a heroic mission, because I want to get a 4-stack here as it plays best with the team, and I'll try and showcase why I think this build is my new favourite build for PvE. And what I will say is, the reason I'm uploading this today is, honestly, you need to get around the DZ vendors this week, the week of TU10 just before Season 2, because they're selling half of these pieces and this new Resolute named rifle. So please get around the DZ vendors, you will not regret it.
serious
Kill that
trauma
guy. That's
detected.
going to spread the fire over to him over there. What the hell
Agent
just
down.
one-shot me there, but... Res me, buddy! Thank you, guy. So what we'll do is we will get the stinger out on this buddy. Nice little shot there. Firing him. Okay, that was the final wave anyway, so there's nothing to spread that to you, but... So, not the best start with me dying right at the start, but yeah, we'll if I kill this guy, now everything is on fire. Bleed on as well. Look at that weapon damage. Now all of those are on fire and bleeding. It just keeps on going. Now all of those are on fire and bleeding. And that's the best part, you don't have to be the person that gets the kill. Oh, I love it. It's just so satisfying to play this. And yeah, you'll be impressed with the damage that you can hit at the end as well.
Hostile radio intercepted.
So you always want to be at the front of the pack with this build. Now you are very squishy, so bear that in mind. This is why it's best to play with your friends, so they know to support you, because you will be putting yourself in harm's way. But the advantage of status effect builds is the enemies are usually more preoccupied with being on fire, funnily enough, than shooting you. Extra weapon damage as well is just beautiful. Why is it dropping sniper rifle ammo? Wait, is that the new symbol for rifle ammo or something? Am I missing something here? Well, up to my sounds. I've broken the game. That comes out in the stream. When he's got the Sandman kill. Oh, unlucky, buddy.
You're near
It's so good.
last known position. The shade node should be close.
Please let me know in the comments what you think to this. It's maybe I'm just getting a bit, excited, but like a kid at Christmas. But I honestly, I think this build is so much fun. I'm quite a big fan of status builds. I feel that they're really important, even with the sort of slight nerfs to it in TU10. I still feel that they're really good. Oh, look at that guy over there is getting bled. And over there! Let's go kill this guy because he'll get the guy in the back as well. It's awesome. I've got to catch those dudes over there, but that's cool.
Vital signs critical.
Ouch. Yeah, so it's a bit of a dangerous build, but I think that's half of why it's so fun, because you're just playing so sort of gun-ho, you're really getting in the midst of it all, and I've always preferred builds that play like that. I find a lot of time when I sort of solo matchmaking to a heroic mission, everyone just sits at the back like they're playing Legendary, and that is not the way to play, man. Like, even Legendary you can be a bit more aggressive if you run 3 DPS, but certainly on heroic you can just get right in there.
There should be a terminal.
There's no reason to sit in the back and chill out. We're all here to speedrun and get our loot and XP faster. Oh yeah, chests have been buffed in this, haven't they? Oh, there you go, Resolute. with max rifle damage and future perfect. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. You love to see it.
Authorization
Streamer's luck.
granted. Please stand by. Intelligence
So as
system
usual,
analytic
I
computer
do always appreciate the likes and
reactivated.
subscribes.
All
I
Isaac
am quite enjoying
subsystems
uploading my builds to
operational.
YouTube just to sort of
That was the last
showcase
step
them.
to
I
getting
do
Isaac
predominantly do
fully
PvP
restored
builds,
locally.
but you know,
But
I
we
like
have
to
a
mix
ways
up
to
with some
go before
PvE
we can
content as
celebrate.
well. So if you
And a
do
missing
genuinely
agent
like
to
my
locate.
content, please do
Continue
give me
your
that like
sweep
and
of the
subscribe.
complex.
I generally prefer the
Hostile
comments as
radio
well. I like to know
intercepted.
exactly what's
Hello?
happening here,
Is this the division?
exactly what your thoughts are on
Looking for someone?
just how everything plays out and what you
How are
think
you
to
on
it,
this
and any
channel?
suggestions that
Friendly
you might
Orange gave me
have.
a real nice wristwatch. He's right here. Want to talk to him? If you want him back, you can make a deal. You back off, we'll deliver him unharmed. Mostly.
They'll keep him alive. They aren't stupid. Just find that hyena piece of shit.
Oh yeah, I've got this one there. Oh, I've got this one there.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
So much damage in the background.
Agent incapacitated.
Never face Tankachunga. Ah, this guy's a legend. Oh no, they're gonna get me.
Agent down.
Unlucky, right there. Unlucky. Yeah, there are certain missions where this build absolutely excels. Like usually the missions where you know exactly where they're coming out from and they don't spawn until you sort of enter the room. That's when this build is king, and you'll usually hit top damage with it. I think I did Lincoln Memorial when I hit 900 million damage with this build, which was top, and top kills as well. I need to scream. And this is where you can play so aggressively, because they're just too busy with being on fire. Where's my... Oh yeah, it's the RC cars. That's weird that is, that they stay on your radar for a few seconds. I never quite understood that. What music is that? I don't recognise that. Weird. Ow. Ooh, that hurt. No, I've got a heal on the group. Keep needing to find my weapon first.
Serious trauma detected.
There we go, that's what I was looking for.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Thank you, healer. This guy's a legend. Who's the healer in our group? Aeon 77. You are a legend, bro. Everything's on fire and bleeding. Unfortunately, this is a little bit of a lengthy mission, so I didn't really want this video to last too long, but I'll probably just put some timestamps in of some of the better parts. If you are sort of sticking through all of this, then I appreciate you.
Agent vital signs, 0.
He didn't have to die here.
Fire spreading around the room. There we go. That's what we want to see.
Vital signs critical. Agent down.
I'm playing a bit too in the open here. I should just be sat in cover and getting my skill cooldowns lowered. Is there not any EMP on this part? I thought there was EMP things, so that's why I'm sitting so far back. Guess not. Oh, hello, who's up there? I didn't know you were there. Just trying to spread the surround to those at the top. Yes! Yeah, that's using your noggin. Ah, nothing was close by to spread the bleed on the fire though. Sucks. Watch his health drop.
That bastard can't have
That's
gone
so
far
good.
yet to go after her.
Yeah, big damage with his backpack talent. Right, let's go kill Coyote and get a Coyote's Musk, that good old streamer's luck. I might potentially upload some footage of the firewall version of this with just all the extra burn, because the 20% burn duration is pretty good. What? Something's behind us? Oh, hello, buddy. Let's enjoy that 40% weapon damage. Stop there. Haha, unlucky. Oh, I hit the
assistance
wall.
needed.
I just hit the wall. Wow.
Agent
What's it? Fox was
incapacitated.
killed. What's it? Fox down. What is it? Fox. You
Agent
love to see
killed.
it. I've not seen that since I've played mortar turrets. I love killing myself. Mortar turrets.
There was
Oh,
nothing
didn't
you
even
could
get a
have
shot on
done
the
for
boss.
Espinosa. That fucking hyena was toying with us.
Never
I
mind.
hope she suffered a
Oh,
bit
hopefully
before
one of
you
these guys
finished
got a
her off.
coyote.
Anyway, thanks to you, we're an important step closer to getting the
Okay,
Shade
let's
Network back to
have
full
a look at the
strength.
damage stats. So let's see how.
You did good. I'll see you
Oh,
later.
top damage and top kills. There you go. It says it all with my 34% accuracy. So there you go, boys and girls. If you want a super awesome, wicked cool, fun build to play, then this is the one. I've been having the best time with it, and I think the fact that I pulled top damage and top kills probably helped by the fact that we had a super awesome healer in our team as well. So thank you again, Aeon77. That was certainly helped me play my build better than I was hoping to. But that's it, everyone. That's the build. Let me know what you think in the comments. Drop that like and subscribe if you like the content. I'll have some more PvP and PvE content coming in the next few days. There's so much to test in TU10, and I'm still figuring everything out. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.